So I'm doing an update on my greens that I've planted in the container. These are containers that you get at the hardware store that they mix cement in. And so I drilled a bunch of holes underneath, put potting soil in it. And these are the fast turnaround types of greens. So this is bok choy, lettuces, and spinach. And I got another bok choy over there because bok choy usually takes 25 to 30 days, although it came up quickly, but it seems really slow. And I have been thinning it some and protecting it from heavy rains. So I'm not sure why it's just kind of just slowed down. It could be there's too much water from the rain. I also noticed in the morning that the soil is already wet from the dew in the morning. So I'm not gonna water it. I'm gonna try and have it just kind of air dry out. When it has direct sun, it does dry up because it has a lot of peat moss in it. But this afternoon it should rain some more. So what I do to try to protect them is I did try to initially cover them with tarp, but the water just kind of sits on it. So I have this shelf system here, and I put it on there so that the direct rain doesn't flood it out. Here's my other seedlings that I've finally kind of got this system together that even though I direct sow into the raised beds, I do better with doing these little plant seed starters and then transplanting them. After all these years of doing a mixture of things, at least at this location where we are in Tennessee, we're having so much rain. Right now it's July 3rd. But we're still having a lot of rain. So I have a lot of different things growing here that will go into the garden. I have things that I buy a lot of. So a variety of Swiss chard here, of like yellow, magenta, rainbow, and lucullus. Don't know how to say that. And then this is something forward. It's just interesting that they're red stems, but they're actually more white when they grow to these two varieties when they get large. And then the magenta one looks really cool because the leaves are really that magenta color. So these green leaves will all turn the color of whatever it is. And then we have the yellows and stuff. Back here we have well, actually winter squash here, Mexican cucamelon, rosemary just barely coming up. That took the longest. I'm probably going to transplant this one here later today. These are 8-ball zucchinis. They're quite large, and so they're like the size of a pool ball. I guess that's why they call it 8-ball. And then I have what's this one? This one is Dixie watermelon, because my watermelon plants, when I first planted them, they were like this, and then they all died when I put them out into the raised bed. So I'm trying again. And this is premier kale, and then I have dwarf kale here. These are just planted a lot, just super packed in there because the seeds are so small. This is dino kale. I have like 3 6-pack trays back here, and then dwarf kale, and then these are, this is turned backwards. This is tiger melon, which is an Asian type of sweet melon, sort of like cantaloupe. This is a scarlet kale, which is more of a purplish type of color. Cilantro's kind of coming up here. Red Russian kale, which had grown well in the first batch that I planted, but only about 3 or so. And then we have 2 packs of New Zealand spinach. So lots of different greens here, and I'm hoping that they do well and will grow well enough where I can